Guinea-nomics. Hello, human friends. My name is Pepper. I'm a guinea pig, and I've got a gnarly scar. Two, actually, but they're both on my belly, so I don't like to show them off. My internal organs like to grow tumors and cysts. Why? Well, I don't know. Bodies are weird, and each one is different than the next. Human bodies are weird and different too, and these different bodies have different medical needs right out of the bag before they're even born. It's wild, I know. It's not like I even did anything to make my body grow these tumors. My cage mates don't have them. It's almost as if it's not even my fault. 100 years ago, I'd just be dead, and so would a few of you. 500 years ago, a lot of you would be dead. So it's nice that we have modern medicine and surgery facilities and the electricity to run them so more of us can be alive. My owner just paid a lot of money for my last surgery. 2 years ago, it was the kind folks at the SPCA who took care of the first tumor in my belly. They paid for a veterinarian to do the surgery, a vet tech to assist, all the instruments they used, all the medications they gave me, the overhead cost of the facility. Now, some of that may have been volunteer work and donations, but that doesn't remove the cost of those things. It just shifts the cost to the professionals or community members who gave up their time, or the people or companies who donated the various items. What I'm saying is, me having surgery involves a lot of costs. But I'm lucky. Someone agreed to pay those costs, so I get to keep being alive. Cost shifting is super common when it comes to healthcare, particularly for human people. And one of the most important reasons why is that there is no way to avoid some of these most expensive health conditions. Like I said, people are just born certain ways, and other people are caught up in car accidents or natural disasters or shootings or exposed to weird chemicals in the groundwater. There's just this huge interconnected web of reasons why any individual person shouldn't have to bear the total cost of whatever health needs they may have. It's not like charging someone $2 million for cancer care is going to make them decide to not get cancer next time.
Well, maybe you shouldn't be having all these tumors if you can't pay for them. Did you ever think of that?
When human people are up against large and unpredictable costs, they do this thing called insurance. They all agree to put in a bit of money, called insurance premiums, every month or every year. All those little bits of money combine into a large pool of money, enough to cover the cost of the large and unpredictable thing. Then, whoever that unpredictable thing actually happens to, like a tornado or a house fire, they get the money. And everybody that didn't have a terrible thing happen to them gets the peace of mind of knowing that if it did, they'd be covered. The cost of the terrible thing is spread out across all the people who take part in the insurance plan. A lot of people pay in a little, so a few people can benefit a lot. And for some people, after 20 years of not having a house fire, it may feel like all those premiums were wasted. They would have been fine without the insurance. They know that now, but they didn't know that then. And even if they never make a claim, they do still benefit every year from their insurance by feeling more secure about their future. And by seeing other people in their insurance pool, who may even be their neighbors, coworkers, or friends, get taken care of when they have a claim so they don't have to put these people up in their guest room for way too long. And by the smooth operation of society when strangers in their insurance pool are able to recover and continue on with all the things they do in our hyper-interconnected world. It's easy to overlook these non-monetary benefits, but they are very real. And a couple 100 years ago, when healthcare was mostly about large, unpredictable things like traumatic injury, it made sense to create health insurance to cover these large, unpredictable costs. There just wasn't a lot you could do outside of amputations and weird mossy dressings. Look, I'm not a medical science historian, but go ask one. There wasn't even electricity. There certainly wasn't dialysis or MRIs, routine blood panels, cochlear implants. So two big things have happened when it comes to healthcare. We can keep far more people alive with far more costly procedures, and we've developed a lot of routine preventative care that everyone should get. First, the routine care part, like well checks, blood work, cancer screenings, vaccines. Everybody's going to be making these small routine claims. So the insurance premiums are going to have to cover all these small claims for every single person who pays in. You get something that looks more like a payment plan, not a hedge against something that probably won't happen. It's not really insurance at that point. But because this routine care is so powerful at saving greater costs down the line and reducing human suffering, we want everyone to have it, even people that don't have the income to pay for it, like kids, students, the disabled, and people whose work isn't paid, like stay-at-home parents. But that's really more of an income issue that can be addressed in a variety of ways. Now, the second issue, the advancements in medical technology and their associated costs, is a thornier one. We do need an insurance-like structure for that. And when it comes to traumatic injury, the old ways still work, okay? That's random enough that everybody can just pay in at basically the same amount. The insurance companies don't know ahead of time who's going to need a payout. But when someone has a pre existing condition, well, the insurance companies know ahead of time these people are going to cost more than they put in. They don't want to cover these people. The bad thing has already happened to them, sometimes before they were even born. So, again, what they need is more like a payment plan for all these costs everyone knows they are going to have. And insurance companies were never meant to do that. That's not how insurance works. Insurance is about an uncertain future. The only type of insurance that could work in this scenario is one that people take out before they are conceived, before their genetic makeup is even known. Then everyone is going in blind and agreeing that, hey, if I'm the one that ends up with cystic fibrosis or a heart defect or sickle cell, I'd like to get the care I need. Insurance only works if we all come to the table not knowing who is going to need it. And for the bad things that happen after we're born, well, typically insurance policies only cover a certain amount of time, like a year. They don't cover you for the whole rest of your life. So when your coverage term expires, so do you. You've got that pre existing condition now that insurance just isn't meant for. Your bad thing already happened. Luckily, these baddest of medical things are still pretty rare, so if everyone pays in, they can be covered in an insurance-like way. It's just that by the time someone gets insurance or needs to renew it, the companies already know, and the whole thing breaks down. It's like we need some insurance-like program that covers every single person from before they're even born for the whole rest of their lives that can spread these costs out across all of society and give every person in that society the peace of mind that should a terrible injury or diagnosis happen to them, they'll be covered. And if it happens to their loved ones will be covered. And if it happens to some stranger who runs the best barbecue place in town, they'll be covered. And society will continue to function smoothly for everyone. It's never really made sense to me why people get upset about paying in more to an insurance pool than they get out, because that just means they never had to make a big claim. Like, did you want a house fire or a stroke? I mean, I'd rather get nothing in return for my premiums and have to get my belly sliced open twice. But live free or die, I guess, which works out really well because all the people who lose that little bet are dead. So they can't really point out how that's not a great philosophy to live by when it comes to medical care. Look, just take care of each other, people, with universal health care. And if you don't take up a lot of that care, just be happy you didn't need to, and that you get to benefit from the talents and contributions of the people who did.